The news day continues here on One News Now. I'm Riza Diaz. President Duterte led the groundbreaking ceremony of the country's sports training center in Bataan. Now, during the event, the outgoing president has a few wishes to the incoming administration. Ryan Ang with the details.
Less than 2 weeks before his term ends, President Rodrigo Duterte led the groundbreaking ceremony of the Philippine Sports Training Center in Bagac, Bataan. In his speech, the president commended all the people involved in the project. This includes the provincial government of Bataan, who donated the 250,000 square meters of land where the state-of-the-art sports training center will be built. This will also be a venue for different international sports competitions and events.
With this facility, I am confident we will raise and develop more world-class athletes who will represent the Philippines in international competitions.
On a lighter note, President Duterte mentioned that his daughter, Vice President-elect Sara Duterte's inauguration on Sunday. He suggests continuing their father-daughter tandem instead of stepping down from office.
Ang presidente, ako pa. June 30 pa yung isa eh. Pero may vice president na nag-oath of office na. So, in about 11 days, ang presidente ninyo Duterte, ang vice president ninyo Duterte. Kaya, sabihin ko kay Inday, ituloy na lang natin ito. Hindi biro lang.
After his term, the outgoing president says he will become a normal citizen. But he asked the upcoming administration this.
Please support any endeavor that would kill the industry of drugs in this country. Huwag ninyong bitawan ang momentum, hawakan ninyo ang druga. Kasi pag hindi, sisirain ang bayan natin.
Duterte also hopes that the Marcos administration will continue all its programs and establish more projects related to the war against illegal drugs. For News 5, Ryan Ang, we are One News.
With only 1 day left before Vice President-elect Sara Duterte takes her oath, the Davao City Police has already closed several roads and enforced strict protocols for the event. Marian Enriquez with the details.
Policemen in Davao City have begun installing railings at the San Pedro Square. LED walls have also been spread out in various streets near the venue. A gun ban has also been in effect in the whole Davao region since Thursday. The event is expected to draw around 20,000 individuals from all over the country. Even hotels near the area are already fully booked.
Pagpasok ng Tagalan June, ngayon na po kami nag-fully book. Overwhelming na po since marami na yung guest namin.
Meanwhile, Silverio Anglaser, Duterte's designer and consultant, said that her Filipiniana gown has already been delivered. The gown will be an emerald green Filipiniana with details of pleats embroidered with tulle and chiffon.
I can imagine this one. She will look regal with the gown. Basically, it's a typical, the classic Filipiniana, but this one has a very soft fabric, flowing in.
Anglaser started designing Inday Sara's gown during her inauguration as Davao City Mayor back in 2010. But it's not just Filipinianas. Anglaser has also designed casual, semi-formal, and dresses for weddings that Sara attends to.
She's so easy to deal with. Yeah, almost all of my clothes, nagustuhan naman. Never she asked for like, I want this, I like this one. Wala siya mga specifics. Kumbaga, she will trust you 100%.
Duterte will be sworn into office by Supreme Court Associate Justice Ramon Paul Hernando using a new Bible given to her as a gift. For News 5, Marian Enriquez, we are One News.
We'll be back with more stories after the break. Keep it here on One News. watching One News Now. I'm Riza Diaz. Passengers are facing delays across Europe as airlines are forced to cancel hundreds of flights due to the lack of staff. More details in this Bloomberg video.
So it is really an interesting sort of time period for the airline industry, because at the moment really transport is really taking off, and that there is no sort of clear indication as to what happens post-summer. So while summer demand is really, really massive, post-summer it is really a question mark. And so the airline industry says that they are hiring a lot of workers, they're trying to bring back as many as possible, but at the same time they are probably mindful about the fact that rising cost of living is going to take an impact on travel demand as they go forward.
Sid, what about energy costs when it comes to the aviation industry and their ability, some, not all, do this, to hedge around the prices that we're seeing?
Yeah, so the European airlines tend to hedge oil, and that's really helped them as they sort of ramp up, especially with rising costs elsewhere. So Wizz Air, which is Europe's third largest low-cost carrier, they announced they were going to go back into hedging oil, and that sort of really shows the extent of it, because oil is the largest sort of expense that the airline industry has. And so for the airline industry to actually try and make anything of this summer, they really need to get oil and under control, and at least some sort of a respite from the volatility.
After 65 years, the NU Lady Bulldogs are eyeing to snatch the UAAP Women's Volleyball Championship as they face the De La Salle Lady Spikers today. NU and LaSalle begin their best-of-3 series at 5 p.m. today. The unbeaten NU swept the eliminations, even beating LaSalle twice to clinch an outright finals berth. Making an appearance in the 11 of the last 12 UAAP finals, LaSalle is expected to challenge NU in the upcoming games. Let's now take a quick look at today's other top stories. One political analyst says the cabinet appointment of former Senator Juan Ponce Enrile signals the end of the EDSA movement. Detained Senator Laila De Lima has been granted furlough for medical reasons. Meanwhile, in the NBA, the Golden State Warriors claimed the title in Game 6 of the NBA Finals. And those are the top stories of the hour. Join us later at 1:30 in the afternoon as we continue to monitor the day's biggest stories. You can also catch One News on Signal Play app. Register for a free account now at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. I'm Riza Diaz. Mask on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. We are One News.